Hello and welcome back. So now you've covered all aspects of the CRUD operations with this simple to-do app. You have created the ability to add new to-dos, read to-dos, update existing to-dos, and delete them, which combined cover all the CRUD operations. You've seen how the actions work, the new action, the edit action, the submission of the new action to create, the update action, show, index, delete, etc. And it's important to know how that works. Okay, but now I'll show you some of the magic associated with Rails, and you'll see how we'll compress this entire section so far of building the to-do app into just a few lines and in a few minutes. And we'll also provide styling. So if you do push this code to production someday with, let's say, Heroku, you can access this from your mobile phone and it'll look really good. And as you can tell, our to-do app, it doesn't really look that great. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to exit out of the server that's running right now, okay? And over here, I'll exit out of the to-do app. Okay, so in Rails projects, I'm going to call this to-do flashy, okay? So Rails new to-do flashy. And while that's creating, I want to close these tabs so I don't get the views messed up. Okay, so now we have a new app. I'll close this. Okay, there it is, to-do flashy. Okay, first thing you want to do, go to gem file. Right here, uncode this, gem Ruby Racer. Then add this, gem less Rails. And then gem Twitter bootstrap Rails. Okay, and then save it. Now we want to install the gem, so type in, oh wait, I have to first navigate into the to-do flashy app first. So let's see, cd to-do underscore flashy. Okay, bundle install. Okay, so now we're going to generate, we're going to install Bootstrap. Okay, so Rails generate bootstrap :install and hit return. All right. Now we're going to add, see right now, if you go to our application and if you go to app, views, layouts, application at HTML ERB, you see there's no styling to this, right? We want to add some styling to this. So let's do that right now. We're going to add bootstrap styling to this. So Rails generate bootstrap :layout application and then fixed. It's saying, do you want to override the existing application HTML ERB? Put a caps Y in here and hit return because we want to. Okay. Now, if I pull up the application HTML ERB, check this out. Check out all the styling that got added. It added a nav bar and everything. Okay, So if you need to update anything once we go to the page where once we run the Rails server and you want to update anything in the nav bar, you can do it here. All right. Next, we're going to create to-dos, okay? Now remember, in our to-do app, we had all of those actions, controllers, and everything. So in Rails, let's use scaffold generator and see how Rails magic works. So Rails generate scaffold to-do, and we're going to give it a title. Title colon, it's going to be type string, and then description colon text. So we want to have a title field and a description. Look at all the files it created. Okay, this is the power and the confusion, but also the power of scaffold generators. But now that you've seen how it works, you'll be able to kind of make sense of it, okay? All right, next, we're gonna create all the tables. So actually, we're gonna create the table, which is the to-dos table, okay? So rake db migrate. All right, so I created the to-dos table. One thing, if you go to config and then routes, you'll notice that the scaffold generator has created this resources to-dos already, which gives us all the routes. But here, one more thing I want to add is route to to-dos and then index, okay? To-dos and then index, all right? Now the last thing I want to do is I want to add the bootstrap theme to all the to-dos, like all the views. Right now, if I go to views and then to-dos, let's say form, I don't have bootstrap here right now, okay? So I want to add bootstrap theme to this. This is just a standard form. So how do we do that? Type in Rails generate bootstrap themed to-dos, okay? And then if I just hit return here, it's going to take me through each one of these files and ask me if I want to override them, okay? So I'm gonna use a shortcut here and force override. So I'll give a space -F to force all the overrides. Okay, so these are the files it updated. Now if I go to the form.html.erb right now, notice how the styling has changed. Okay, it's added some nice styling. All right, believe it or not, that's all we need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the Rails server. Actually, let me just start it here. Rails server -b string IP -p post port. All right, it's running. So I had the previous application running here. If I just reload this page, check it out. You have a navigation bar, you have links, you have a sidebar with links, you have to-dos, you have this display over here. Now let's create a new to-do. We're gonna give it a title, a new to-do, description, go to the gym, create to-do. We have messages here, flash message, to-do was created successfully. This is the show to-do page. If you go back, there it is, it's displaying it. Add a new to-do, do dishes, description, make sure you do the dishes today, and then create to-do. To-do was created successfully. Now if I want to edit the to-do, if I just edit, like 100%. Notice how it got updated. Okay, now if I go back, there it is. If I create another one, testing, and then I will test delete with this to do. All right, now if I go here and then click on delete, be sure, okay. All right, to-do was successfully destroyed. Now, when I create a new to-do, I want this description to be a text area. So let's go ahead and make that update. That should be in the form over here. Right here where it says description text field. If I change this to text area and then reload this page, notice how it's bigger. And then you can increase it some more. Okay, great. Want to cancel. All right. So this code is a little difficult to understand if you don't know what's going on, right? If I go to the controller, to-dos controller, if you didn't know what was going on with a standard controller, like, you would be very confused as to what's going on here. But now that you know, you can kind of see all the actions, and you know, now you can bend the code a little bit better. But this could be as you can tell, it could be a very fast way to get started if you like, right? I personally prefer to build it all myself so I can bend the code as I need, but ultimately it's up to you. If you want a quick start and you want to add quick styling, as you saw here, there's really nothing that can get you started as fast as this. It gives you all of the CRUD actions like out of the box, okay? And scaffold's very powerful code. It generates a lot of code for you, but the trick is to understand that, right? Understand what's going on in order to be able to bend it. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you I hope you'll play around with this, and that's all I wanted to cover here. So I'll see you in the next lesson.